Right, so today in physics we're going to talk about something called work done. And work is done, or we say work is done when a force causes an object to move. So just for me writing this title, I would have had to put some force onto my pen to move it to write the letters of work done. Okay, so now how do you calculate it? Well, we say that work done is the force applied multiplied by the distance moved. Okay, so do not forget that your work done, well, you didn't know this until now, but work done is measured in joules, and hopefully you can recognize that energy is also measured in joules. Force applied is in newtons, and distance is in meters. Now, if you are someone from my class, then you'll know that I like to use the triangles. Not everyone does. Okay, so if I'm going to put it into the triangles to help you rearrange it, then I'm going to put W, capital W for work done, capital F for force, and lowercase d for distance. Okay, so if I cover up the W for work done, that leaves me with force times distance. If I wanted to calculate the force applied, I'll cover that one up. That leaves me with work done divided by distance. And if I wanted the distance travelled, I cover up the distance, and that leaves me with work done over force. Okay, so let's talk about an example then. What should we use? It's a bit boring, but let's say we'll use a block. My goodness, I've done that very badly. A block on a smooth surface. Now, let's say I move it from here to here, and that distance is, let's make it easy, 10 meters. Okay, so if that's 10 meters and it takes me 5 newtons to push the box, then if I asked you to calculate the work done, you would do work done equals force, which is 5, multiplied by the distance, which is 10. Shouldn't be getting your calculators out at the moment. That will give you 50, and do not forget your units, 50 joules. Okay, so it really is as simple as that. Things they could do to trick you include, so I'll do a very similar example. So it's still going to be 10 meters. So it moves from here to here. This time it will say 5 kN. Okay, so work done equals the force. Now I'm not going to write 5 here because of this K here, which means kilos. So I need to multiply by 1,000 first. So 5 times 1,000 gives me 5,000 times my distance, which is 10, and that gives me 50,000 joules. Or if you're feeling fancy, you can change that back into kilojoules. So I divide this by 1,000, that will give me 50 kilojoules. Okay, and just move this along a bit. Another thing they could do is, so let's just using our same numbers again, 5 newtons moves from here to here, let's say 1,000 centimeters. So it's 1,000 centimeters from here to here. So work done equals the force 5, checking that there's no k. There's no k there, so I can keep it as 5 times the distance travelled. Oh look, it's 1,000. However, it's 1,000 centimeters, not 1,000 meters. So I need to change that back into meters first. Okay, so to do that, I'll divide by 100 because there's 100 centimeters in a meter, and that will give me my 10 meters. Therefore, my work done is 50 joules again, like it was in the first example there. These two are exactly the same, except here it's giving you centimeters and here it's giving it to you in meters. Okay. The other thing I would like to say is about how I can increase the work done. So there are 2 ways I can increase the work done. You probably have already worked it out. To increase the work done, I can either increase the force or increase the distance moved. Okay, so I'm going to make sure there are some practice questions for you to try on Firefly. So you should have a go at those. Remember, don't forget your units, very important. And yeah, that's it.